Taylor, trees still have leaves on them, and as Greg has said in his forecast, this storm is predicted to bring wet and heavy snow, causing branches like these to be weighed down, which can cause for an even bigger problem. The new clinic will be opened up in Townsend, right between the Family Dollar and the post office on Highway 284. The new location will provide for a more convenient means of health care to more than 3,000 patients that currently have to travel to and from St. Peter's, right here in Helena. Officials ask that if you can avoid the area altogether, to please do so, making it safer and easier for crews to work. Make sure you follow along on our webpage for all the latest and up-to-date information on the fires. Reporting live from the Bird's Eye area, I'm Mike Stetz, Montana Right Now. Taylor, according to the Lewis and Clark County Sheriff's Office, the examination of both the boat and diving equipment have been completed. The results show that there were no deficiencies with the boat, although they do say the cause of death could have been from diving equipment issues and or lack of diving experience. Now, officials tell me the case is not closed quite just yet.
To me, it really just brings a sense of community.
406. Those numbers have come to represent mountains, multiple national parks, and a love for the great outdoors.
It means you're from Montana. It means that you're one of the million people who live here.
And it has a cult following. You will see those 3 numbers on cars, hats, and the occasional baby onesie.
And I see a lot of people at my school wearing 406 t-shirts.
State records show more than 470 businesses in Montana use the 406 somewhere in their name, making it not only the call numbers for the state, but an important branding tool for local businesses.
406 was definitely this idea, not so much just about the area code, but like this boundary around Montana that I found to be a really magical place.
Alex Rincon has spent the last 12 years selling items with the 3 numbers, and it all came about with a piece of paper and a marker. And that is how the 406 store started.
People who are from Montana and love to be from Montana, or have like moved from somewhere else to Montana and love it by choice, it's kind of like a badge of honor.
406 is a brand here at the 406 shop, but outside of these walls, it's an identity, a means of belonging, and for 1 million people, a very special place to call home.
And when you go to other states, their 1 million people are probably right there with you, but ours are spread out, and it gives you a reason to bond.
Mile marker 406 on Interstate 90 had to be adjusted because people kept stealing the mile marker sign. It is the only spot in the state where a mile marker is not the exact mile.
I get a lot of stories from people who travel all over the world and see someone wearing a 406 hat or a shirt, and they're immediately friends. You know, they're immediately, hey, are you from Montana? Oh, I'm from so-and-so. And instantly there's like a friendship there.
Now, there are rumors Montana is getting so popular that we may need a second area code, but experts predict that won't happen until the 2030s. So if you need to call me, it's still 406. And this week's Montana Treasure. Reporting in Helena, Mike. Taylor, the initial plan was to have the construction in front of the school finished before the first day. The county was unable to do so due to utility complications, which means it could cause delays for both faculty and students going to and from school. For anyone who was here during the flood of 2018, you may remember Rossiter had to move locations to Carroll College because they were faced with flooding problems. The project consists of installing 13 new box culverts, the majority running parallel to Sierra Road and 2 on North Montana. When it comes time for flood season, the water will have a new and more efficient place to drain.
To keep the water out of driveways, off streets, off of people's property, and in the ditch rather than in those other locations.
The new 16-foot wide culverts are replacing the old 36-inch diameter steel culverts that were previously there. With an increase in size, the new culverts can carry nearly 5 times the amount of water, with a capacity of 400 cubic feet per second. However, Carlin wants to make sure one thing is clear.
We're not pushing more water. It's the same water, same amount of water, just in a more efficient way.
Although there were a couple of obstacles they ran into in the beginning of the project, Carlin is hopeful things will move right along and be done in no time.
As we're moving along, things do tend to smooth up as the contractor gets a feel for what the work actually is shaping up to be and entailing.
The project is set to finish on December 26, but officials are saying it should be done well before that. They do ask that if you are traveling on Sierra Road to use extreme caution and follow construction signs, as they will be changing on a daily basis, or avoid the area altogether, making it safer for construction workers, faculty, and students. Reporting live from Rossiter Elementary School, I'm Mike Stetz, Montana Right Now. Taylor, Sheriff Leo Dutton has just returned from a week-long horseback patrol in the Green Fork Cabin area. Now, he was joined by 2 executive staff members from the sheriff's office, as well as 2 search and rescue team members. Now, most residents may be used to seeing Sheriff Leo Dutton in the office right here behind me and patrolling the area outside of the city, but he is responsible for way more.
A big part of our county is back in that area.
Lewis and Clark County covers 3,500 square miles, and not all of it is accessible by road. One of the main elements of this trip was their means of transportation, which consisted of 5 mules and 4 horses. The patrol is meant to become familiar with the area and gain experience.
Give us some experience at responding to something like that, because the country is rather unforgiving. It's beautiful, has a lot to offer, but there are some parts of that that are unforgiving.
Packing for a trip like this is very important due to limited space on the mules. The crew packs only the necessities, such as food, water, extra clothes, flashlights, climbing gear, med kits, firearms, and of course, a cozy sleeping bag to bundle up in at the end of the day. Not only is this patrol a learning lesson, but it is also beneficial to all the different departments in the sheriff's office.
Crimes in the backcountry could require a lot of equipment, so just seeing and learning how to pack that stuff in there was invaluable to me.
Along with building a relationship with those residents that live in the area.
Talk to citizens. We get to do that each time, and the citizens love to see us.
There is currently no set destination for next summer's annual horseback patrol, but Sheriff Dutton tells me he would love to tackle the backcountry with another sheriff. Reporting live from the Lewis and Clark County Sheriff's Office, I'm Mike Stetz, Montana Right Now.